Okay, I believe it should go soon to live. All right, so we should be live. It'll take a couple seconds for it to catch up with us. So, yeah. Live is always so weird because we can't see it in real time. All right, everyone. Hi, welcome back to Navajo Tea Time. Thank you for joining us on our live. Um, Today we are here with the Western Navajo Fair Team Committee. Um, Since it's now fair season, I believe the Window Rock Fair is going on right now. I keep seeing all the posts about Megadeth concert last night.
Yeah.
So, Adrienne, do you have anything to add into the intro real quick?
Yeah, I just want to say hi to everyone. Yat thank you for joining us. We have Chantel Yazi and Mike Sixkiller joining us this afternoon to talk about the Western Navajo Fair. It's going to be happening in Tuba City, Arizona next week, right? And we
Next
have
week is
Next
next
week.
month.
oh
Yeah.
next month, sorry.
You
And this
got
is
you
why
got
we
me
brought the
worried,
extra time.
Adrian.
It's
I was like,
okay. We
hold
love
on,
the
wait a minute.
excitement. We love it.
Don't add stress to us. Don't add any more stress to us.
So maybe Mike, you can just give us some details about the event, kind of let people know the dates that to be aware of to mark their calendar.
Oh, yeah, sure. So the Western Navajo Fair is scheduled for October 19th to the 22nd of 2023. So roughly about 5.5 weeks away. It's coming up really fast. It'll be held here in Tuba City, the heart of the Navajo Nation. Um, it's a 4 day celebration. We got all kinds of things from cultural events, rodeos, parades, song and dance, yevache, carnival, vendors, arts and crafts, everything in between. Of course, we have our headline concerts. And country dances. Don't forget country dance. Um, we got Texas Twisters. We got turkey legs. We got everything you need. So come on over to the Western Navajo Fair, October 19th to 22nd. And if you need any more information, we can plug our website, right?
Yes.
WesternNavajoFair.org. WesternNavajoFair.org has all our information, and it's constantly being updated. So as soon as schedules are available, new events, timelines, and exactly when people will be going on stage or on the performing, or when you can meet people or different type of events, those schedules will be placed accordingly.
Cool, thank you.
Yep.
So Chantel, can you tell us a little bit about your experience organizing the fair and what are some highlights that you can share with us?
Yeah, so I've actually been working with the fair for 6 years now. I started back in 2018, and so far it's been really great. It's a lot of excitement. Every day is never the same. Every event is always different, and we're always trying to plan for new events. Always taking suggestions on how to make each event better. And I feel like we're always trying to one up ourselves, and I really enjoy that about our fair and our committee. We try to do the best we can, and I just really appreciate the positivity of our staff, how enthused everybody is to get stuff done, and yeah.
You know, I agree. I really feel like the Western Navajo Fair has set the bar for all the Navajo Nation events. I mean, when it comes to marketing, branding, the team experience, the event experience, how much care is put into, parking, cleanliness, organization, it's like on a whole other level. And with the new amphitheater being built, the concerts are amazing. I mean, it's everything that you would expect when you're coming to this part of the res where I think, we really do have higher expectations for ourselves. We really want to put on a good show and give the people, an experience they're going to remember. And it's really not just about individuals, it's really bringing all kinds of elements of the community together, right? Merging those cultural aspects with contemporary. It's pretty cool. So, um, Kelsey, do you want to answer do you want to ask Whipper's question? We have 4 questions for you today, related specifically to the fair.
Yeah, so the first question is what is the concert lineup?
Okay, Thursday we have Quiet Riot, so everybody's
Hey,
mom is gonna be there.
hey,
We're gonna see the
80s, how we're
big
taking you
hair. We're
back.
gonna see the leather jackets. We're
We're taking
excited.
you way back.
Yes,
Quiet Riot was one of the bands that Chantel's been like really excited for the whole time. Every year, who should we put? She's on Quiet Riot, and every year we kind of go around it. But this year we made it happen.
I know. I'm so excited. My parents are like, "I'm gonna be there. I want the front row." So I'm like, "Okay, Mike, that's one concert that I have to go to. I don't care what's going on. Quiet Riot, I'm there."
So it's an 80s throwback rock group, big hair group. So that'll be on Thursday. And who's on Friday, Chantel?
Friday we have Chingy and Ying Yang twins. So we're gonna. If you want
We're
that
taking,
club feel, come on out. If you want to throw it back,
and I
come on
know
out.
Adrian and Kelsey, I know this is taking you back probably to your high school days, right? Is this?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
high
taking me
school
back up north.
north, up north. Are you talking about the dunes and all that?
Like all the parties.
Hey, that's late Friday night time.
Good
So,
times.
so,
Good
so
music.
Friday will be our. So Friday we try. We really wanted to give a diverse lineup for this year. We always try to go for a diverse lineup, and it's not as easy as one would think. Like, hey, we want to book you, and you come here for our for our for Tuba City and make the offer, and they say yes. It's by all means not that easy to try to get over here. The bigger they are, the more options they have. So trying to get groups to come to Tuba City initially was really hard, really difficult because I think the biggest problem with most bands and most people didn't even know where Tuba City is.
Mm.
It's market. They're not going to get it's not. They know it's going to be at a 70,000 people plus arena. You know what I mean? Something like that. So that in itself is probably our first challenge. And then trying to work out a schedule. Tuba City's out of the way. We're not next to a big city. So a lot of these bands like to book their weekends like they like to be, like say if they're here in the West, they want to be like San Diego, LA, San Francisco, hit Seattle, and then the next weekend they go somewhere else. Tuba City is kind of a bit away from other places, so trying to book these headline groups has been tough. So Friday, we were trying to go like I think we tried reggae, we tried alternative rock. There's some good names we had on there, but we ended up with Chingy and Ying Yang, which we were really happy with. We're really happy with. We're excited. I think this is going to be a big night, Friday night. And go ahead, Saturday.
And then Saturday we have country acts. So we have Zaki Sukarno and Breland. So Zaki Sukarno actually was he played at our Independence Day event for his first show here in Tuba City. So we're bringing him back for the Western Navajo Fair. He's very excited to be back, and we're excited to have him back. And Breland is an up and coming artist, so it's more so like country pop, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
It's really catchy. I would definitely recommend you guys throw them on your playlist if you guys have one.
It's a lot more energy than you're used to when you go to a country concert. Breland is very high energy. And then when we had our committee, our group, when we were looking at Breland or looking at a bunch of artists, um, I didn't know who he was, but the committee was like, I think they saw him at what's the big
Coachella?
concert that goes on in Indio? Stagecoach. Stagecoach. I think a lot of our country folk went to Stagecoach and they saw him perform, and man, they're like, "You got to book this kid. He's so hyped. He's so energetic." And we were listening to his songs, and we're like, "I don't know," but what was crazy is that I was listening to his songs. Every artist we look at, we go through we listen to their songs, we watch their live video, we find out where they've been. I mean, we do so much research on these artists. Um, but I was playing his song in the vehicle. We're going on a trip, and both my kids at the time were still home at the time. My youngest daughter has since gone to college in August, but at that time we were looking at it. She was home, and they both knew who it was. They were like, "Hey, that's the TikTok guy." Um, Don't touch my truck.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So we're like, how do you know this kid? He's like, because that's on TikTok. Then they started showing me the videos. I'm like, okay, that works. All right, all right. And then Zachy, he got famous on TikTok. And they're both minority country singers. Breland's African American, Zachy Asian, and I don't know his specific descent. But they're both minority country singers, which makes them really unique. And Zachy already has a huge fan base over here. He came for the Independence Day, and I think the line to meet him and take pictures with him was even when we had the fireworks show, like an hour after he stopped performing, that line was still long. So I know that kid's gonna bring. I know that kid's gonna be big. This is probably the last time to see him in Tuba before he's doing like arenas and what do you call it, stadiums. He's gonna be. I think he's gonna follow the same path of Kane Brown when we had the.
Yeah, definitely.
You remember Kane Brown, right, Adrian?
Yes, I
We were
do.
trying to book him. Were you there with me when we had to turn people away when he didn't come that first time?
Yeah.
Oh
So back
That was
in like
awesome.
yeah, like in 2016 was it?
Yeah,
I
that was
yeah, I used to work for the Navajo Nation Fair office too, or Western Navajo Fair, and it was pretty
yeah.
cool.
So you know exactly how chaos. I know it sounds all sweet, like we're excited to do this and we can't wait. We're all. The reality is, it's hectic and crazy behind the curtains.
Very chaotic.
So
Yeah,
many
it
opportunities
is.
to.
And up until like the very end of it, like it doesn't stop until I feel like it's pretty like high, high energy, high demand. Everyone's moving all at once. But the great thing I think is it really goes back to leadership, and I think, Mike Six Killer, you've done a great job of pulling people together who have that energy, who care about community, who are down to get out there. And like Chantel, I've seen you do the lives and updating people every year. And I think it's amazing, what you guys are doing and pulling people in like Germ, like high energy folks that like love their community. They want to give the
Yeah,
people an experience. Like that's so awesome. That's what we need, So
exactly.
you guys have done a great job. I know how crazy it is, but the fact that everyone's working together, it's like a high functioning machine.
It really helps when you have people that are all going in the same direction versus people going in different directions or somebody going backwards. It makes it so much easier when you have a group of enthused individuals. So that's our Saturday lineup. That's our Yeehaw lineup. But what about our big Sunday lineup, Chantel?
Sunday. Sunday is what everybody is waiting for. Sunday we have Warren G and Bone Thugs
Hey,
Harmony.
ain't
Woohoo!
no fun game. Regulators, mount up. And of course, Bone. Everybody knows Bone Thugs. And if you didn't listen to Bone Thugs, your parents did. And if your parents did, you heard Bone Thugs on every trip. So this is kind of a nostalgic throwback group, but both Warren G and Bone Thugs had so many hits. We knew they were going to be
Mm-hmm.
a big hit here locally. We knew that, and we make sure we put our big bands on Sunday. So we're excited for Sunday as we close out the Navajo Nation Fair season. That will be the last concert of all Navajo Nation Fairs, and we'll close it out right here at the Tuba City Amphitheater. We're pretty pumped, taking it back, old school.
That's awesome. So something that I was really fortunate to have last year were the VIP passes, and that like elevated the whole experience. So I was hoping maybe you could share with our audience some of the perks of purchasing a VIP pass for this year.
Well, I
Okay.
think the biggest. Go ahead, Shanna.
Okay, so yeah, for the biggest, I think biggest perk would be the free unlimited entry into the fairgrounds. So any WNF event, you will get unlimited entry. So let's say you leave the fairgrounds, you come back in, you do not have to pay the $10 readmission fee. You're all set to go through. So that
Hmm.
I think is the biggest perk. You're saving a lot of money right there.
Are you guys going to have the VIP parking as well?
So we're not sure on that because the VIP parking has been tough to do. We'll probably have some kind of parking set up where VIPs can park closer.
Yeah.
But not only do you get free entry into all the events, you get free entry to the country dance, you get free entry into the Highway 160. You get your own VIP zone, which is going to have constant snacks and drinks, and people definitely took advantage of that. You know what I
That
mean?
was
Last year,
good.
yeah, you go in there, you have food, you fill your belly, get some caffeine or water or coffee or something like that. We're going to expand on the drinks. We're probably not going to do like the big meals. We'll probably tone it down. So we'll probably get like sliders or like little small
Yeah.
tacos, stuff like that. We'll probably do more of that this year. But
Mhm.
I think the one of the biggest perks, I mean, there's so many big perks, but the one is to have indoor restrooms. I
Yes.
mean, Porta
Yes.
John, probably great when you first go in there, but Saturday at 10 p.m. when through
Mhm. That was a
the
game changer. It was the bathrooms and it was the warm drinks because it got kind of cold at night. So
yeah,
having like coffee, hot chocolate, tea available, oh my goodness, that was amazing. And I do think that more appetizers would be better because heavy meals are kind of like you're gonna sit down, but people also want to, sample some of the fair food too. So
yeah, absolutely.
because
And
that's
then
a
you get
part of
lower level privilege, and then you get to be bougie. You know, if you've got a
that's
VIP
the
tickets,
best.
nobody's gonna say anything if you wear your heels and your Pendleton jacket and all your turquoise.
If you
If
have
you
your
wear your
blonde
VIP,
hair and your cowboy, hey.
man, look at Adrian trying to four wheel through the fairgrounds with her high heels. Check her out. Like,
Those
it's
little
okay, I
golf
got a
ball
VIP
drivers.
pass.
Me and my husband were like Wayne and Garth in Wayne's World, like showing our passes.
Yeah. And,
That's
and
so
again,
cool.
it's just a perk. You get all that, the food, the restrooms, the free entry, all the access, lower level.
Mhm.
You get your little swag bag, with like the sticker and all the little wristbands and everything like that. You'll get that at the beginning. Um, am I missing anything with the VIPs?
I think you covered everything with VIPs.
It's like a covered seating area too, right? Like most of it's covered. There's that lounge
Yeah.
space, and I saw like
Well,
there was
if
also
you
a
want to be in the
backdrop
lounge,
for
yeah.
photos.
If you want to be in the lounge, yes, it's covered. But I know a lot of VIPs would like to be close, so you have the privilege of going down to the lower level as well. So,
Oh,
so you can go to lower level as VIPs and get at the lower level. Um, yeah, that's what you get for VIPs. You'll be bougie all weekend.
totally. I know. Last year, me and my husband got to meet 112, and we took pictures with them. It was cool.
Really?
Yeah, it was
Damn,
awesome.
y'all sneaking by me and Chantel.
We
We didn't
were.
see you.
There's Mike. He's not looking.
No, we actually do not make it to see artists, unfortunately. We're too,
Yeah,
yeah.
we. I don't know. You know me. I'm like a little mouse. I'll find my way in.
And that's one of the things about working with the fair that I don't think people realize is that we don't even get to enjoy the events. Like we're all excited. We'll
That's
stop
true.
by and see that for a little bit, but we got to go. We get to go
Mhm.
backstage where the artists are, but the stress and the things we're dealing with are so much that we all, we go in there, we talk, we do our things, we walk right by them, see them, everything like that. But at this point, I think Chantel, like it's just work.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like, okay, I
no,
see them,
I think
I pay
we
them,
did get a
and
little fangirl last year. When we saw Maya, huh? Maya was a
oh
little
yeah,
Oh
different.
yeah.
Maya. I drove Maya. Oh my God. I was screaming. I was like, oh my God.
She was super cool, huh? She's like
She was
straight
so
res.
nice. She was so chill. She should have been sit on a seat.
Yeah, the vehicle we had, they wanted to go back to the hotel, and the vehicle they had, her whole team wanted to go. We only had enough room for like 4 or 5 of them. And she's like, "It's okay, I'll sit in the middle." She sat like where like like when you go to Flagstaff and you don't have enough room and you make your littlest kid sit in the where the feet go. And she, I don't know if you guys do that, but I'm not saying I do that. But she sat right there in that little area, and she was cool. Huh? She just
Yeah, she
laughed.
was so cool. I was just like,
Wow, that's awesome. It's good to know that though, like what the team is going through because I think everyone's like it's like they want you guys to do everything, be everywhere. You know what I mean? Like everyone's like, Mike, and I've seen you. You're like all over the place, like your whole
Yeah.
team is like moving to make everything function smoothly. So yeah,
And,
I
and
think
it's like,
just letting people know that. What was that?
all you hear in the radio and all you hear in all the offices is, "Where's Mike? Where's Mike?" But that's why I really need a good team, and that's why we have Chantel, Brittany, April, Tanea. We have a good team. Oh my gosh, we smash it. But it is so busy. I mean, it's the way I compare it. Something I compare it to is if anybody has ever thrown like a wedding. Um,
Mm, yeah.
wedding, huge stressor, guests, all these different things that go with an event, hotels, an agenda, what they're, and now throwing one wedding is one thing, but we're throwing 20, what I mean, all at once, you know what I mean? So throwing
Mhm.
20 and it's just nonstop. I mean, so many little things, like as we get closer to the fair, I think Chantel, we both talked about it, how we start having nightmares. We start trying to eat, but we're just sitting there with our eyes blinking all night because we're worried about, things we stress is real. Um,
Yeah.
you not the stress if it can tear you up. You go sleepless nights if you let it because there's just so many things to worry about. But I think we've come to the point that we've learned to roll with it. You know what I mean? Like everything doesn't have to be perfect. We just got to make sure that everything's safe and it's in order. And then if something doesn't go right, we just roll with it. Okay, if that didn't go right, well let's
Let's
try this.
maneuver a little bit. Yeah.
Um,
Cool. Well, speaking of stress, for people coming into Tuba from outside, what should visitors know about coming into the town, about the fair before coming? Like, what plans should they make? Where should they park? Where do they go first, or any of those
well,
things?
oh man, there's if you come to the city, and this should be on everybody's bucket list to come to the Western Navajo Fair at least once. Because if they've been to the other fairs, they got an idea of what fairs are and everything like that. But I think when they come to Tuba City, they come to our fair, they realize it's something special. It's a little different. There's something for everybody. Even we this year for the first time we're working collaboratively with the Tuba Gathering. And the Tubi Gathering is just our neighbors down the road. They have their arts and craft and their dancers. In years past, they almost seemed like they're completely separate. We didn't work with each other and everything like that. But I got to give a big old shout out to the crew over there. They reached out to us. So we've been having meetings on how to work collaboratively collaboratively this year. See what happens when you try to say big words and you didn't practice them beforehand. Um, so we've been working with them. And you got the Tubi, you got the what's going on here at the Western Navajo Fairgrounds, but you got all the stuff that goes on in Tuba. Like the flea market on Friday. You got the homecoming, or not? You got the big Tuba City versus Tuba City High School versus Gray Hills football game on Friday. And then if you come to the fair, what to expect? You're not going to pay a lot for parking. Actually, parking is zero. Uh, Come early. This is the big one. If you come to our fair, you have to come early. If the concert starts at 7, do not think you can leave the hotel at 6:30 and be here by 7. It's not going to happen. Um, you got to
Try to
come early.
make hotel accommodations right now because
Now.
hotels are already filling up.
Oh, they're already sold out. I
Yeah.
guarantee they're sold out. But we will have camping. We are going to announce camping.
Yes.
So make arrangements to stay at somebody's house, an auntie, an uncle, you know, a girlfriend, boyfriend, an ex.
Bring a
Somebody.
again.
Yeah, you got to and that's one of the coolest things about the fair is that that's I think more than the fair and more than the actual events themselves. I think most people enjoy the fact that family come home.
Mm-hmm.
Friends, the kids that are off at school, the auntie and uncle that are off to work, people that have that live in the city, they come home for the weekend. Like almost every mom's heart just melts to know that they get up on Friday morning, Sunday morning, and all their kids are in the home. They're laying on the couches, the floors, and everybody. Um, you know, a, a full house with a lot of people, I think almost warms everyone. So I think that's one of the best things that family comes weekend. So we over here, come early, dress in layers.
Yes, it's cold in the morning, warm in the afternoon, and then cold at night. So make sure you're dressing in layers. Make sure you wear comfortable shoes. There's a lot of sand
Mm-hmm.
here. And then make sure you stay on the graded roads when you're around the fairgrounds because it gets sandy around here too. We don't want anybody getting stuck. So it's also really important.
Wear stretchy pants. The stretchier the pants, the better. Because if you're gonna have a turkey leg, a funnel cake, you're gonna have a mutton sandwich and a double decker cheeseburger or whatever, you're gonna need to fit that. Oh, curly fries. Everybody has to have curly fries. If you
And
eat
wear your
curly
best
fries on the weekend,
turquoise.
what was that?
Wear your sorry, I did what you did. Wear your best turquoise.
Oh yeah. Because whatever you eat on the fair weekend, it doesn't count. So the calories don't count on fair weekend. Just
The sugar doesn't count.
yeah, all doesn't count. Eat whatever you want. It doesn't count.
And lastly, come to have a good time. We're here to
Oh
have
my
fun,
gosh,
guys.
absolutely.
We do
Yeah,
this
don't become
community.
don't become an all nut chunk. You can't come to a fair all nut chunk. it's only $15. No. So
Kelsey,
yeah,
do you have any tips?
Me, I think what we do with my family is we all carpool together. So
oh my gosh,
like
that's
we
good.
all just like clown car together or like in little groups. Um, we try to go to the 2V gathering in the mornings and then head over to the fair like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the afternoon dish. And then cash, always just keep cash because
Yeah.
internet's
Oh,
not
that's a good tip.
trustworthy. Like even
Oh,
like the
yes.
ATM or the Square cards, just you can't go offline with cash. So
Yes,
Yep,
see
anywhere.
that's a really good point. Really
Yeah,
good tip.
anywhere you go to, it doesn't matter what location, any Navajo Nation fair, get cash at the ATM before the weekend because they will run out of money.
Yeah, the ATMs here do that. Wells Fargo.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good point. Good tip. Absolutely.
And then for
You
those
know,
that are going to be streaming, bring your hotspots with you because internet always gets congested with so many people on it at once. That's what I learned.
yep.
And like there were two things too that we did differently. So if you have those like mobile radios, like if you're a mom or something, give one to your kid, and if they're going to be like riding rides and stuff, you want to get a hold of them, you'll have that. You don't have to worry about internet connectivity if you have one of those radios.
Oh
Those are
wow,
good for us.
that's smart.
Uh, Another pro tip I have, and this is crazy, but me and my husband did this last year. We wanted to see the Randy Rogers band, and I was texting people, and they were like, "Traffic is all backed up. It was backed up all the way from the fairgrounds to the intersection by Doobie, all the way up Main Street." And so we just got on our bikes. We brought our bikes, and we got on our bikes, and we rode around like by the high school, and then down to the fairgrounds, and we were there in like 15 minutes. It was
That's super smart.
Yeah, it was
If you,
awesome.
I mean, if you park, I mean, we're giving you guys. There are people that park over there at the Grails and high school parking lot in that area, and they just walk through the that little walk path by the reservoir. There's quite a
That's
few
what we used
that
to
do
do back in the day. We used to just like jump the fence because we were rowdy.
that.
But like we used to ride our bikes down there, and so this time we did that. We parked. We just locked up our bikes by the main entrance. Paid the entry fee, went in. It was fun. We got there on time. So that's like a pro tip. Like if you live there in Tuba City, like ride your bike. Like you don't have to worry about traffic because everyone from the outsides
Wow.
in traffic or like carpool, like Kelsey said. I think that's another pro tip. Instead of having like the whole family like taking each of their vehicles, it'll minimize traffic.
And you save gas money.
Hmm.
Money you could
Dang,
use for the
those are
fair.
all things I don't even. Those are all things I don't even get to see, or because I'm stuck here the whole time, so I don't even get to see the traffic. I don't even know what it's like out there. I mean, I do. I know I get all the traffic's backed up. We got to do something. I got to go run out there and try to talk with ROTC or police. Let's see if we can speed things up and everything like that. But yeah, those are things I didn't even think about because we're just stuck here, Chantel. We're just
Yeah.
I
We're
think
in our own
something
little bubble here,
something I
doing
Yeah,
things.
saw
and like
on
if
Facebook
you're
was that shuttles, like maybe you guys can try organizing shuttles from like the hotels or from the schools, little bus shuttles that'll take people to their like, they're on a bus schedule, like every 20, 30 minutes they're coming through, dropping people off, picking them up, kind of like the casinos.
yeah, and then we thought about that. Realistically, unless everybody does it, they'll all those buses. Only thing that's gonna happen is those buses are all just gonna get stuck in traffic.
yep,
We were trying to do an alternative route through the Great Hills area. I think that would have worked if the buses were able to come through an alternative route. And we're waiting on that. The response. We were every year we or almost every year we try to request to use this little route from Great Hills to Tuba, the route that we used to use by
hmm
the reservoir. If we can ever get permission to use that, oh my gosh, that would really alleviate a lot of traffic if we're able to get that. That would help so much. We're attempting to do that. We're hoping that by some miracle we're able to get that. If that happens, then the bus suggestion could be a possibility.
yeah. I think like if you're a parent also, like and you got little kids, like pro tips I have for parents are like don't let your kids leave the house without a jacket because once it gets dark, they're gonna be freezing. And I've seen little kids at the fair, they're like so cold and their parents have to buy them blankets or something. Bring a water bottle. If you're don't bring your little stroller with little wheels. Get those big wagons with the big old wheels and the tread.
Yeah, yeah.
And
you,
then
you need the big tires.
yeah. And then I think also like for parents, I think getting the wristbands is always a good thing, a good investment for the carnival, because then your kids can kind of ride, ride as many rides as they want until they don't want to ride them anymore.
Till they throw up.
But
The wristbands are a really good investment. They are, especially if
yeah.
you want to go see the concerts and you want to go do like the song and dance. Just
Hmm.
come on, go Carnival. Here's $20 for your drinks. Come back when you're tired.
I know last year when we did the influencer meet and greet, we had our kids with us. We had our whole families, and like as you guys know, me and my husband have like 7 kids together, and I had my nieces and nephews too. So like there were all these children with us, and we got them wristbands. We did a buddy system. We're like, go ride rides. We're gonna take care of business over here. So it all worked out good. It was during the day, so yeah.
I would say don't let your kids
Adrian, you
do the
got
fish
seven
games.
kids? Adrian, you got 7 kids?
Yeah, I'm like a mama duck with all these little baby ducks
What?
running around.
Good job.
Mike's like, a lot has changed.
I
I
know.
know. I was like, man, when you worked here, you only had one. That was dang, I have 7 kids in the last 6 kids.
I was
Uh,
actually, yeah, I actually had two at the time, but yeah, so
wow. Good job.
thanks.
I
I'm
was gonna
busy.
say don't do the fish game because your kids will be really good at throwing things out of nowhere.
She still has her fish from last
And
year.
oh, your fish survived?
Yeah. Well, I took Adrian's kids' fish too, and then my
We gave her
niece,
our fish.
and I had like 5 fish. I'm like, how am I gonna keep them all alive? And then two died that night, and then a couple of them survived for a little while. But I did like a lot of research on how to keep carnival fish alive, and like one little goldfish needs a 20-gallon tank to be happy. And
You read somewhere where somebody told you how big of a tank a fish needs to be happy?
it's not like
Somebody did the
read
research?
somewhere. It's there's a lot of people who are really enthusiastic about fish and aquarium life and everything.
Oh.
And goldfish, like a little tiny goldfish needs 20 gallons of water to thrive. Like that's why goldfishes die so much because I guess they let out a lot of
It's that.
ammonia just from like their peeing and pooping and the ammonia kills them. So if their tank's not
Oh,
big
okay,
enough
okay, got
or
you,
you
got
don't
you, got
clean
you.
it often enough, they're gonna kill themselves. Um, and my little
Oh,
one, she has a really good memory. Like she remembers everything. So if I let this fish die, she'll remember it forever, and then it'll come up every once in a while,
oh
every
my gosh,
month or
that's
two.
me
She'll
and
be
my son.
it's like remember, because my little
Alfie's
sister,
fish died, he still brings it up.
yeah.
Oh my god. I can't believe anybody still has spare fish. I didn't know that. I thought everybody's spare fish died in the first 3 days. I thought everybody just has every day or so there's more people throwing their fish in the toilet bowl.
No, we got like little parasite killers to help kill any like diseases or sicknesses they might have gotten from being in such a close quarters. And then we got a
How
big
big are
tank.
they? How
They're not.
big do they get?
It depends. Mine's like that big now, like
Oh wow.
3 inches, 4 inches. I read somewhere they can get up to a foot long and live for 20 years if you
Yeah,
take care of them.
Yeah.
because every year, right when the fair comes, what day is it? The fish arrive. Is it
It's
what
like
day is our
of the day
all of a
of.
sudden we get a big old shipment of fish, and we're like, "What the heck is this?" And then the guy from the carnival's always running over. Did my fish arrive? we got fish over here. What? So now we know. We know that the fish every Thursday the fish are gonna arrive at our office.
Hey, why don't we have bear fish? We should get a fish tank.
Really? That's so random. That's so random, Chappelle.
You can win one and then you'll just try and keep it alive.
Yeah, and it needs to be happy. 20 gallons, otherwise it's Mount Savage.
We'll name it Westy.
Westy.
What? Hey, I like that. All right, perfect.
Okay, so last question before we end this. So for anyone who's never been to the Western Navajo Fair, never been to a Navajo Nation fair, what's one tip that you would give them?
I was like, dang, you gotta get out of the east side. If the one tip, if the one tip, the one let's see, the one tip I would give them for what coming over or
Hmm. Like never been to Western Navajo Fair, never been to a Navajo Nation fair. What's something that they? What
a
tip would you
Navajo
give
Nation fair.
them? Hmm.
I think the biggest thing, and I don't know if it's a tip, but I think it's just kind of more of a, I guess, just some friendly advice. Not even advice. It's just, I guess, it's just information. The people here, when you come here, are so amazing. Um, when you come to the Western Navajo Fair and you have people around, I swear the people around are just so supportive. They're amazing. I mean, aside from getting stuck in traffic, but you're going to be surrounded by a bunch of great people. And I mean, you can't not have fun. You're going to have fun once you get in here. I mean, people are going to be just running around. You're going to see so many kids. You're going to see 5-year-olds walking with their grandma. You know what I mean? You're going to see couples. I think if you're coming, just know that you're going to be surrounded by some great people. And I know it sounds all nostalgic and cheesy, but it's for real. Especially if you come to the concert and you're in that environment, something about Rez crowds. We're just louder. We're just wilder. You know what I mean? I feel like the Rez crowds are just great crowds. Um, and we hear that from our performers when they get done. You know, when the performers leave, they're like, "You guys were so hospitable. We had such a great time. All the people were so nice, and your crowd was unbelievable." To us, that's normal, but for others that have never been to a Navajo Nation fair, enjoy it. You know what I mean? Just enjoy the great time you're gonna have. So,
Mine would be to see the cultural events. I think that's something really amazing. You get a different piece of, the Hopi Nation, Aztecs. I think we have Joe Tahani's group coming out. Um, I just think that event is really, really amazing. You get to see different cultures, get to immerse yourself, get to meet new people. Everybody's very friendly there, very welcoming, and you learn new things. So definitely see the cultural event.
oh yeah, we have the
And
our fair has the
you're
Yebichai.
oh, sorry, go ahead.
Fair has the Yebichai. That is definitely it's it's more than just a cultural event. That's an actual ceremony.
Yeah.
You are going to go to the Yebichai. Please just be very respectful of what's going on. That's an actual ceremony going on.
Don't
So,
take any pictures at the Abache.
yeah,
Toda, don't do it.
better don't. Yep.
And then Chantel, Joe Tahani, you're referring to the Apache crown dancers, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Hmm. How about you, Kelsey? What advice would you give?
Um, don't wear white, cause like my sister-in-law, she would come out and visit us, and she'd always wear her nicest, whitest sneakers and be so upset at the end of the visit. She's like, "They're so brown, they're so red." I'm like, "Why? Why you do this every
Yeah.
time?"
That's when you know it's the urban natives that are over there. When they have their shoes are all white.
Mm-hmm.
I told them. Yep.
What
I,
about
I,
you,
I like.
Adrian?
I was gonna mention that too. Like, expect your shoes to get dirty, but like, I would just tell people, like, just be cool. Just be cool, enjoy it. Like, don't underestimate anybody. Like, everybody's super low key, but you could be talking to like a very
You were able to
respected
get.
leader or elder,
They're open till
and they're just like in plain clothes. You could be talking to one of our leaders, and you wouldn't
Does he
even
have
know
nothing?
it. So I would just tell people, like,
Okay,
just be
just let me know.
respectful, expect the unexpected, have fun, be cool. Yeah.
Yep. Well, we're coming up on time, as you saw the little pop-up. Um,
Hmm. And don't go to the south side after dark. Just kidding.
What?
Oh
And
yes, if you have iPhones, make sure you put that Find My iPhone
Yes.
notification because we
That.
find a lot of iPhones here. They get dropped off and people don't pick them up. Hence this iPhone. It's been here a year almost.
All your cell phone
And
devices turn your little GPS tracker on.
yeah,
Put a little
Eh,
AirPod on your kid so you don't lose him.
Those little air tags that
yeah.
you do for like backpacks and things. Put it in
You
their
don't want to
shoe.
lose your kids. You don't want to lose your phones. You
Or
don't
your
want to lose your
man.
mans.
Yeah.
or
Eh?
your keys. Eh,
Don't lose your man at the Western Navajo Fair. It
Don't lose
happens.
your mans at the Western Navajo Fair.
or I'm a taken. Eh. Just kidding.
All right, everyone. Thank you guys so much for coming on. Thanks for the advice. Good luck with everything. And let us know if there's anything we can do to help out.
Yeah.
Okay. And again, if you guys want any more information, westernnavajofair.org. You can always give us a call, 928-283-5544. Messages on Facebook or an email, wnf.staff@gmail. There's so many ways you can get a hold of us. We always have somebody able to answer the phone or answer your messages, or you can always come to our office. All right, we're here for you guys.
Cool. Are you
Yeah.
guys still looking for volunteers?
We are actually for the parade.
Okay.
Taking if there's only one day, only one time to volunteer, the parade.
Okay, cool. And they can contact you about that on any of the platforms you listed, right? The
Yes.
website, phone, social media.
Well, I'll give you that one. That one's gonna be 928-283-5569, and Brittany's gonna be taking on volunteers.
Okay.
5569. The 928-283-5569. Ask for Brittany.
Okay, cool. Thank you. All right. Any last words, Chantel?
No, I just want to say thank you for having us and thank you for, helping us with getting the information out to the community, Navajo Nation. I really appreciate it.
Yep.
Okay, now we gotta go see it. Gotta go fast. Shanti and Ja Rule tonight.
I know. All right. See
Hey.
you guys.
All
Take
right,
All
care.
right,
see ya.
thank you guys.
Take
Thank
care.
you. Oh
Bye,
yeah.
Kelsey. Bye, Adrian.
Bye.
Bye
Yeah.
bye.
Bye, Kelsey. Bye. See you guys. See you at the fair. VIP.
All right. So it was nice talking to them. We have some things channel related to kind of discuss. Thanks everyone for jumping on. We didn't have any questions, but thank you, Brady, for your comments. It's always nice to hear from you. Um,
Family. Family.
so we have like 5 minutes or 10 minutes before Google Meets kicks us off. I
Okay.
just wanted to announce the poll results. So the lives got a 1 hour at 67 votes, or 60%, and then the recorded videos got 64%. So those are kind of going to be our guidelines for how long we go live and for how long our videos are going to be from now on. And I'm really sorry. I really thought I could take the people who I really thought I could find out the information on who voted on just who voted in general. But I guess social media won't let me know who voted for what. I guess that's a good thing, but I can't figure out who voted. And so if you guys want to leave a hashtag giveaway comment here or on the replay, maybe I'll make a post. I'll probably make a post later on
Yeah.
this weekend, just saying if you still want to be entered in the giveaway, even if you didn't voted, um, just leave that comment below any of the social media posts so we can get you entered. And remember, all the subscribers to this YouTube channel get their name entered in 4 times. And then if you're not subscribed, your name will be entered in once. And then we'll be able to announce the giveaway once that timeline, probably next Friday, comes about. So I'm really sorry I couldn't get the information from the people who actually voted. It's really helpful to get this information back. But
Yeah, and then the giveaway items are we have one of our plastic authentic Navajo tea time tumblers. That was a part of our merch last year. I have one of those with Navajo tea bundles. And then I'm going to donate some Stanley tumblers and Navajo tea time stickers. So if you want to put your tea time sticker on there, that'd be awesome. Or if you want to just carry it around bare, that's fine. We won't take it personally. But yeah, so we'll be giving away some cool items. So go ahead and put that hashtag giveaway on our posts, and we will count you in the poll in the drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And I believe we're going to be going live again on the 20th, correct?
Yep.
Maybe, if nothing goes wrong.
Maybe.
Wait, wait.
Yeah. So Kelsey's due date's coming up. So everyone, think good thoughts. Give her those strong vibes. She and the
Oh,
baby.
we're going to have to change that. I'll talk to you later about it, Adrian, for scheduling. But we'll be going
Okay.
live again soon, within like the next week and a half or so. If anything happens, that's gonna delay that. I'll let you guys know. Um,
Yeah. We have a
all
delicate condition here. So.
all right. Thanks, everyone. We'll talk to you guys later. Keep a lookout for that. The posts here on the community